Lexi, what would you like to talk about today?
I would like to talk about some issues I'm having being in my girlfriend's wedding. So, one of my friends that I've known for years asked me to be the maid of honor in her wedding almost 3 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And although we've known each other for a really long time, our friendship has kind of gotten like back and forth where we're really close and then we drift or have a falling out. And it's kind of like that. So, at the time when I agreed to be her maid of honor, we were pretty close, and now it's kind of at the point where the wedding's this summer, but we're not that close anymore, and we don't really hang out or talk, so I'm kind of not sure where I stand.
You feel confused that you're even in this wedding in a way because you guys have drifted apart in some time?
Yeah, like I don't really want to be in the wedding. Like, I love her, and we will always be friends. But she's not the one that I call when I have problems. She doesn't really know what's going on in my life. And even though we'll always be friends, it's more because we have history and not because I really enjoy her company.
How would you feel if you were in the wedding? Like, how would you...
I am.
I mean, like, at the wedding, like, how would you feel that time?
That's what I'm nervous about, because it's like I love her, but I almost feel phony, like standing up there by her side. Like, maid of honor, I think I equate that with best friend. Like, I'm up there and I'm your best friend, but I don't know anything about you anymore. And also, like, a lot of the stuff, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but everything is really last minute. Like, as far as I know, she hasn't sent out the invitations, and her wedding's in June. So it's like 2 months away. I don't know the colors of her wedding. She doesn't have the bridesmaids' dresses picked out, let alone fitted or ordered or anything. Doesn't have the tuxes. I don't think her registry's up. She doesn't have a photographer. She doesn't have the floral arrangements. Like, I know she has a caterer and a location. And so before we had some issues about all of this stuff, because my anxiety was going through the roof, like worrying about get your invitations out. And then we talked about it, and she was like, I just want you to have fun, like, I'll worry about it, it's fine, and told me everything was fine. But then 2 weeks ago I talked to her about the dresses, and she said I was like, she kind of got to the point where she's like, I don't know what I really want. And I was like, why don't you just pick a place and pick out like 4 or 5 different options that you want, send out an email to all of the girls, and we can pick from there, so at least it's something that you like. But I haven't heard from her.
You feel overwhelmed by all the things that she has yet to plan, and you're the maid of honor, so, I mean, that
it falls on
involves
me.
you.
Yes, and she doesn't think so. She's like, no, I'm the one to worry. And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if you're not worrying, then somebody's got to worry, and chain of command, so that somebody is me.
Have you been able to talk to her about this, like how overwhelmed you're feeling?
Yeah. And she's like, well, I asked you to be the maid of honor because I want your, like, personality. She's like, you're my best friend. And in her point of view, I am. And so I'm never saying anything like, well, you're not mine. But she's like, your strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa. And I was like, okay, well, I told her I was feeling overwhelmed. And she's like, let me worry about it. Everything's fine. I just want you to have fun. And I was like, okay, like, that does make a difference, because I think of, like, planning a wedding should be a lot of, like, girl time and wine drinking and laughing and, like, fun. Mm-hmm. But I feel like we've passed that point, and there's not enough time to do that anymore. But she doesn't think that, so I'm trying to just have fun now. But even if I am just having fun, like, we're not that close.
I know this is kind of not the same, but I've had a friend ask me to go on vacation with them, and it's like, we're friends and we're great, but I feel like we haven't been around each other so much anymore, since we've gone to different schools and just completely have different lives all of a sudden. But she asked me to go on this, like, week vacation, and it was more like, I mean,
you feel obligated.
You want to go, but at the same time it's like, why are you choosing me? You know, it's just kind of overwhelming even for me to be like, wow, we have to, like, I don't know you anymore, but we're going on a trip.
That's exactly.
It's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, that's that's how I'm feeling. Like, I love you. I will always love you. Like, we have history. We've known each other for a really long time. Like, I know her whole family. She knows my whole family. We've been through a lot together. And that will always keep us connected. Like, I will always love her and, like, want to stay in touch. But it's not like we're close. Like, you know, like you said, like, going on vacation, I wouldn't ask her to go. And that makes me feel guilty that, like, she wants me to be, like, her maid of honor. To me, that's a big deal. And I love her, but I, like, don't really know her anymore. And when we do hang out, she's really serious and, like, boring and annoying. Oh, God.
How does you feel now that you said all that?
Like an asshole. I feel terrible because I love her, but I don't really enjoy spending time with her.
Well, now that you're saying you're able to be open with me about how you really feel about her, which is great, how does this make you feel talking to me about this when you can't say it to her?
It makes me feel really bad because I am just realizing right now that even though I love her, I really don't not even like not enjoy. I don't like hanging out with her.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Well, you feel stressed right now, just even thinking about all of this. It sounds like you're realizing so much. It's stressful.
It is, and I'm sorry. I don't really know what to do with my emotions. Like, yeah. I don't know. I'm stressed and overwhelmed, and
I feel like maybe you're even kind of disappointed that you're in this wedding.
yeah.
Like, I feel like overall you're disappointed that she picked you. I mean, it's an honor, but you're feeling like, wow, I don't want to do any of this.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I do. I definitely, because it is an honor, and that's why I feel so much pressure, and like I should be talking. Like in my mind, I feel like the maid of honor. Like we should be talking every day or every other day, and like I should know her life. And I've been there for the whole relationship with her and her fiance, like from when they met to dating to propose. So I do like know him and their relationship and her family, but like I just keep coming back to the same point that we'll always be friends and I will always adore her, but it's more because of our past than me like wanting to, and I don't want to be in this wedding. Like there's so many other things that I'd rather do because I feel fake.
How long have you known her? Actually,
like 14 or 15 years.
It's quite a long time.
Yeah.
How has your relationship been in the past? Were you really close?
We've been like off, like really close, and it's just kind of fluctuated. Like we were really close for a while, and then we drifted. Like when she started dating somebody in high school, we were in different groups, and then she got in a relationship, and we didn't really talk. Like we were friends, and then we've always been friends, but it's one of those things where we like kind of just come back and forth like waves. Like depending on where our lives take us. Like college, separated, came back. Like it's always been like that. But it's now at one of those points where, like, I'm an adult, and she's an adult, and our lives are just different, and we're different people, and we'll always be friends, but it's not distance or schedules. It's like our lives are just different. Yeah.
So you're feeling just over the whole entire situation.
Yeah, but I can't tell her. Like, I feel like if I were just a bridesmaid, I could be like, look, I don't really feel like I have enough time to dedicate to this, even though it's an honor. Like, it would be easier, I feel like, and less pressure, but I do feel a lot of pressure to not only, like, be in it even though I don't want to, but I feel pressure that I'm a phony because she's not my best friend. It's not mutual. And because I want to help, but I don't feel like she wants my help. She just wants to have fun, but I can't, like, enjoy it anymore. Like, I could, but I'm so worried about, like, making sure that at least if I'm in this wedding and I don't feel like she's my best friend, the best thing I can do is make sure that it's the best day of her life. I mean, even if I were best friend, I'd want to do that, but, like, that it runs smoothly.
You feel responsible.
Yeah.
Not, like, making this wedding the best as you can. And it's your responsibility to make it good for her.
Yeah.
So, we talked about how you are the maid of honor of your friend's wedding and how you guys used to be close and now it's gone through time, you're not as close anymore and you're just feeling overwhelmed and just kind of indifferent in how this wedding, how it's, even if the wedding is happening kind of thing, like you don't feel you should be part of it, but you are and you're proud to be, but you have a lot to work to do. Well, our session is up for right now, Lexi.
Thanks.
See you next
I'll
time.
see you next week.